Hey everyone, this is Vivek and you are watching Top Log Mania. Today in this video we are gonna discuss about what is permalinks in WordPress. Guys, so before going to discuss, I would like to request you please subscribe to this channel. Permalink. See, permalink, what is permalink? Permalink are the permanent URLs to your individual pages or blog posts as well as your category or tag archives. A permalink is the web addresses used to link to your content. The URL to each post should be permanent and never change. Hence the name comes permalink. So this is the statement what I have written here. To understand what is permalink, let's get an example. If you will go to the dashboard, I have a URL called live free classifieds. If you will go over there in WordPress dashboard, and under WordPress dashboard you will see settings. Under settings you will see permalinks. In permalinks you will find out all the options of permalinks. Like once you will click over there, you will find out all the options like plain, day and name, month and name, numeric, post name, custom structure, everything. Let's suppose I am clicking over there as a first option, that's a plain. Once I will click, you will find that's the structure name, URL name would be question mark p as in page name is equals to 123. So that's appear as a URL. That's the way your URL will appear if you will select a plain. This is not a good way to display your page URL. That's not SEO friendly URL. So I won't recommend you to select plain. Instead of selecting plain, you can go with post name or you can go with custom structure. Now second option is day and name. Day and name is whenever you will select day and name, it will display day and name of the website of the particular pages along with the page name. So just like the example I am showing here, 13th of September sample post, that's the name and day is showing. Whenever you will select day and name, so day and name is generally used to select in media industry where you have to show day and name as in URL. So you can select day, month and name, that's the same. It will display month and name in your URL. Numeric, it will display archive and name number as in URL. So instead of selecting all these URL, I would recommend select post which display the name of the post. That's a perfect SEO URL and that's a perfect SEO URL structure. Day and name generally use in media agency. Because media people generally post hundreds of posts per day, and to keep that post as a track they generally use day and name in URL. To keep the post as in track they generally use month and name as in URL. So that's the both URL generally media personnel used. And I'm going to show you. If I'll select day and name, I'm just saving it. What's the URL will display? How the URL will display? Just go. I'm showing you with an example. I saved here. I'm going to show you. I just opened the my staging URL. I open my website live free classifieds, and you can see the post name display here with the page with the particular date name. I'm just opening that particular post. I want to learn WordPress. So once you will see here the name as well as date with the post name. That's what it will display when you select name and years as an URL, month and name as an URL. If you will select day and name, and I'm going to save it, I'm just selecting and I'm going to save it. So once I saved it, I reopen it. I am going to hard refresh it to see what's the URL will display. Here it is. Once you will hard refresh it, so you can see it's saving. Once I saved it, you can see, yes. So it's a saving, it's opening. Here the URL will change, and you can see date as well as month, and then year is displaying in the URL along with the post name. So this is basically used in the news agency where hundreds of posts comes out on a daily basis. Now let's see what's the use of dashboard category structure, custom structure. So here in this dashboard, see, there are lots of tags available which you can use for your website. If you have a news agency where hundreds of posts published on a regular basis, so you can use year, month name, days, hour, minutes, even seconds, post name, everything, author, category, whatever you want, you can use as a custom structure. These are the most compatible in news agencies, news industries where hundreds of posts published on a daily basis. Even you can add minutes and author name, like there are multiple authors who published with the website with their name, so they can use their name as an URL. They can even use date and second's name as an URL, which will help them to show them their URL as per their recommendation, as per their URL structure what they have saved. If you have a e-commerce industry where you can show, you can check your URL as per category. So category will help you to show your URL in e-commerce industries where you have to show your website as in categorical structure. Let's suppose you have a e-commerce website where you want to show your and your URL as in different as a category. Then you can use custom structure, and then category, then post name, post as in product name. This way you can display your URL in different category structural way, in different post name structure way, in different date and time structure way. So whatever the way you want to show your URL, you can select it with permalink. That will help to show you. Guys, hope the permalink you understand better. If not, please comment below. I will try to solve those